Hello, I'm Steve Caballero, Assistant Chief of the Milwaukee Police Department, and I oversee the Criminal Investigation Bureau. The Milwaukee Police Department recognizes transparency facilitates increased trust between the police department and the Milwaukee community. As such, we are giving the community a briefing about the August 13th, 2018 officer-involved shooting death, which is intended to provide you, the community, with relevant video footage, audio recordings, photographs, and other evidence to inform you about what occurred based on our understanding at this stage of the investigation. Pursuant to state law, every death involving a police officer is investigated by an outside agency. The incident at 10th and Burnham on Milwaukee's south side is still under investigation by the Waukesha Police Department. They have told us their understanding of the incident may change as forensic tests are completed, evidence is analyzed, and additional interviews are conducted. Please keep in mind there are often dozens of hours of video, audio, and other electronic evidence, along with hundreds of pages of reports that must be reviewed. Nonetheless, we wanted to brief the community regarding this incident up to this point. Some may find the images and information you are about to see disturbing. When a police officer uses force to arrest a subject or defend against an attack, it can be graphic and difficult to watch. In addition, you may hear strong language used by those in the video. Viewer discretion is advised.
I am Joseph McLean, Captain of the Homicide Division for the Milwaukee Police Department. In this community briefing, I'm going to give you an overview of an officer-involved shooting resulting in the death of a suspect that occurred on the south side of Milwaukee within Police District Number 2. On Monday, August 13th, 2018, officers assigned to District 2 were seeking Mario Hobson, who was wanted on 2 felony warrants.
How you doing, sir?
At approximately 2:30 p.m., district officers observed Mr. Hobson riding as the front seat passenger in a vehicle near his home. The officers conducted a stop of this vehicle, made contact with Mr. Hobson and the male driver, then requested the man to exit the vehicle. Hobson then proceeded to slide over as if he were exiting via the driver's door, but then disregarded the officer's direction and proceeded to drive off in the vehicle. This action caused an officer to fall into traffic and nearly be struck by oncoming traffic.
Let's go, let's get him. He just fled, I got knocked over. He just fled, I got knocked over. He's going northbound on 27th Street. He jumped in the driver's seat and took off. Silver Pontiac Grand Am. Where'd it go? Straight.
Related to your
God damn it, I knew he was gonna do that. Here.
There you go.
2270. Got a silver Pontiac Grand Prix. Wisconsin plate 327 Young Union X-ray. North on 27th Street. J-Ward for his arrest. He took off, knocked me to the ground. I'm uninjured. He's going north on 27th Street towards Pierce. Lost sight of him. I'm trying to keep up.
Clear again?
Not clear. Clear.
I told you to take the keys out of the ignition. They really are still in.
I believe he's still going north, but I'm not sure.
Plate number again, please. Grand Prix.
329 Union Young X-ray. There should be one black male. His name is Mario Hobson. He's the driver. Please notify District 3. I believe he may have went over the viaduct on 27th Street.
You okay?
Pants. That son of a...
10-4. You said Mario Hobson, H-O-P-S-O-N?
Henry Ocean Boy, Sam Ocean Nora. Black male, bald, about 50 years old. He has a gray goatee. He's about 5'8", 180 pounds. Is that it right?
Where?
No, that's not it. We lost sight of it. We don't know where it is. Last thing going northbound on 27th Street, possibly in the District 3. We're at St. Paul now. We no longer see the vehicle. Could have gotten on the freeway too.
Approximately 2 hours later, officers received a tip that Hobson was in a vehicle at the intersection of South 10th and West Burnham, attempting to pick up or drop off property. As officers responded to the area, they observed 2 vehicles double parked in the 1900 block of South 10th Street.
Hello. Yeah, we're all on the front now. We're looking for the car.
How are you guys doing here? With that car in front of you.
Officers made contact with the occupants of both vehicles, quickly ruling out one of the autos. They then focused their attention on a gray Jeep with tinted windows that was double parked in front of the home of a known associate of Hobson. Officers not involved in the original traffic stop made initial contact with the SUV. Upon questioning, the driver and front passenger indicated they were in the area to pick up property.
They're picking up something, but we don't know where.
I don't even want to pick it. Can I just go, please?
Well, why? I got to figure out what you're picking up because that's what we're here for.
Or keys to my house so I can get in the house.
And who? Can you call this person to come out, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
During the interaction with the occupants, an officer observed 2 small children seated in the back seat. That officer then noticed Hobson sitting in the rear passenger seat behind the driver. That officer then alerted his partner. For their safety,
take the keys out of the car.
Officers instructed the driver to remove the keys from the ignition while requesting additional squads to respond to their location.
Come back to the house. Come back to the house now.
As officers opened the rear passenger door of the vehicle to take Hobson into custody, he pulled out a gun and can be heard on body-worn camera footage stating that he was going to kill himself.
The TC talked to Curtis.
Unlock.
No,
Unlock.
Don't.
Hobson exited the rear passenger door with a handgun and stood in the doorway of the vehicle as officers disengaged and attempted to seek cover. Hobson placed the gun to his head and faced officers who can be heard on body cam repeatedly yelling commands to Hobson to drop the gun. This view from an officer's body-worn camera shows Hobson standing outside the vehicle with the gun to his head. Hobson then advanced toward officers. Fearing for their safety, 2 officers fired a total of 6 rounds, striking Hobson multiple times.
Kids, come here! Kids, come here!
One officer immediately ushered the children out the back seat to safety away from the scene. At the same time, other officers secured the weapon and proceeded to render aid to Mr. Hobson. Despite the efforts of the officers and responding Milwaukee Fire Department personnel, Hobson died at the scene. Upon exiting his vehicle, the suspect immediately presented a handgun toward himself. This forced the officers into a dangerous situation due to their close proximity. An individual armed with a firearm is extremely dangerous because he can start shooting at any moment in any direction. The suspect's actions showed disregard for the officer's lawful orders and forced the situation to its conclusion.
The Waukesha Police Department will continue to investigate and analyze this incident as witnesses are located and the toxicology and other forensic tests are completed. The Milwaukee Police Department Internal Affairs Division is also evaluating the evidence to determine whether the officers followed their training and that their tactics and the use of force met the high standards set for all Milwaukee police officers.